You think you've had bad luck? Listen to this. This is the story of Tsutomu Yamaguchi, the man who survived 2 atomic bombs, lived to 93, and became a walking symbol of humanity's resilience. It was August 6, 1945. Yamaguchi, a 29-year-old naval engineer, was finishing up a 3-month business trip in Hiroshima, designing oil tankers for Mitsubishi. That morning, he realized he'd forgotten his travel papers. He turned back to the office, a small decision that saved his life. At exactly 8:15 a.m., as he stepped out of a tram, he saw an American B-29 bomber overhead. A small object dropped from its belly. Then, a blinding white flash. The explosion instantly vaporized tens of thousands. Yamaguchi was just 3 kilometers from ground zero. The blast threw him through the air. His eardrums ruptured, his face and arms burned, the sky raining ash and fire. He said it felt like the sun had fallen onto the earth. Dazed, he crawled into a nearby ditch and waited for hours as the world around him burned. By nightfall, the once bustling city of Hiroshima had become a sea of flames and ghosts. Somehow he survived. The next day, he limped to the train station, wrapped in bandages, and boarded one of the few trains still running, to his hometown of Nagasaki. When he got home, his family couldn't believe what he described. The entire city, gone, from one bomb, impossible. But he still went to work. Bandaged and limping, Yamaguchi walked into the Mitsubishi office on August 9th and told his supervisor what he'd seen. His boss laughed. He said, "You're crazy. No country has that kind of bomb." And then, it happened again. At 11:02 a.m., a flash of white light filled the sky. The second atomic bomb had just been dropped, right over Nagasaki. Yamaguchi barely had time to duck before the blast shattered the windows, ripping through the building. Once again, he was knocked unconscious. Once again, he survived. His house was destroyed, but his wife and baby had been out of harm's way. She'd taken shelter in a tunnel after seeing the earlier flash from Hiroshima on the news. If she hadn't, they would have died instantly. Over the next weeks, Yamaguchi's wounds festered, his hair fell out, and his body was racked with radiation sickness. But miraculously, he recovered. He would later say, "I thought the mushroom cloud had followed me." In the years after the war, he lived a quiet life, teaching and raising his family. For decades, he rarely spoke of what happened. But in his later years, he began to tell his story publicly. Not for fame, but to warn the world about nuclear weapons. In 2009, the Japanese government officially recognized Tsutomu Yamaguchi as the only known person to have survived both atomic bombings. He passed away in 2010 at the age of 93. 2 atomic bombs, 2 ground zeros, 1 incredible survivor. So next time life throws something at you, remember the man who looked death in the eye, twice, and still kept going.